many years ago. To live life away from it all, to have some sheep, maybe a cow or two, with cats and dogs and goats and an occasional moon. With our love for God, we can't go wrong. Our love can only continue to grow strong. Doesn't matter the difficult roads, it's true, for we have each other and love will carry us through. We came from another time, a time when dreams were bold, another time when values took hold. You couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we fared to do.
Say hi. Hi. Wait.
We came from another time, a time when dreams were bold, another time when values took hold. You couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we fared. You couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we fared.
Put the pod in the tent with me and the kids. And the feed. I'm at it again. Hey, look who we have here. We have a whole bunch of people sitting behind Brown and Chastity. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me just, before I introduce them, I'm going to say hi to Joe, Robin, Lori. All of you welcome in. I'm so glad you're here tonight. I'm not in my standard location, as you can tell. We have Neil. We have Beth and Neil are in here. BNN, Treasure Hunters, Jan, my dear sweet Jan, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. If you haven't noticed, I'm sitting in my brand new woodworking shop, and it is so cool. It is so just beautiful. Let me just show you a little bit. Can you see? It's not quite done, but it's close to it. All the trim is done. All the walls are painted. All the floor is done. And this cabinet is finished. So I have cupboards down below, and I have all my tools up there. Just so cool. My miter saw station is finished over there. The next thing that's going to be built is going to be my table saw table. Yeah. And I got a table saw from Garvey. I just love Garvey. Garvey has been so good to me, and I just want to thank Garvey because they have been really good to me. And let's see what else. So, and then we'll build a little wood rack over in the corner. I was going to do it on the ceiling, but I think at my age, I need to have it in the corner on the floor because I don't want to risk falling off of a ladder trying to get a heavy piece of wood. So that makes more sense, and I'm trying to be more logical as I grow old. Who else came in here? Well, I think that's it, but there'll be some more people here tonight. Oh no, that's my alarm. Sorry about that. Anyway, so tonight, as you can see, we have Brad, my son, and Chastity, my daughter-in-law, sitting there in front of this wonderful, incredible portrait that he has painted, and also his friend. Hi, Kevin. How are you doing? His friend, John, our new adopted son, he is sitting in there too, and he'll probably make an appearance because he's also working on the other wall, a mural on the other wall. He happens to be an artist too and a pool player. Go figure, just like Brad and Chastity. So there you go. But you can see in the background of Brad, we have Jason. His face is cut off. That's our oldest son, his wife, Jessica, our son, Kevin, that passed away right above Chastity. Then Chastity herself, and Brad is right below Brad. John is up above Brad to that side. And then Chrissy, our daughter-in-law, and the rest of the family on the other side. And then, of course, Richard and I on the other side of them. So, hi. Yeah. Anyway, so I just thought it'd be cool to have Brad on here because Brad is, I've been trying to get him on here a lot of times, and this is the first time he's agreed to it. But we thought it'd be cool to bring you this live tonight from the wood shop and from the future pool hall, because yes, that's going to be the pool hall. And so I'm going to let Brad tell you a little bit about his career in art. They can talk a little bit about how they met and what your favorite hobby is besides art. So go ahead, Brad.
Well, greetings and thanks for coming, everybody. We're glad you're here. Live from Channel News 4. I'm on Mom's live stream. And how's the weather over there? Is the weather good? It's the same as over here because it's on the other side of the garage. So basically, there's a door between this room and that room. And she sure loves her wood shop, and we sure love playing pool and art over here. So we're gonna make this part happen. As far as me and my artist career, it all really began when I was a little kid. If there's any questions that pop up, feel free to relay them to me if you can, because I can't see the little tiny script.
Okay, I've got it on the, yeah, I can share it.
So definitely any Q&A, any questions.
Okay. Huh? Robin said it's beautiful.
Thank you so much. Everybody's good at something. For me, it all began when I was a young kid, and I just always took to art. I was,
But it really started with trumpet, remember?
The trumpet?
Yeah.
Well, I started with art when I remember when I was in first grade and the first trip to the library at the public school. I actually couldn't wait to look for the illustrative type of artwork, and the how to draw books. That was really important to me. I wanted to know how they do that. How's it going? We're glad you're here. Then later on, I started drawing like a lot of those dinosaurs and animals from those how to draw books, and it was too easy for me though. I saw it instantly.
Hi, Demoose. Welcome in.
Welcome. Thanks for coming. So thank you. Later on though, like I remember in third or fourth grade, I was supposed to do an anatomically correct heart. Everyone was supposed to draw it out of the book, and mine looked so real that I remember the teacher thought that I had traced it, and I didn't trace it. I just broke it down into sections and said, well, if this part's here and that part's there, then this has to be there. And to me, I see it so instantly. That's kind of how it all began as
Do
far
you
as
want to
art.
share why that might be?
Probably because I've got ADHD and attention deficit disorder of some sort, but I wouldn't call it that quite because that's just a
And,
label that they want to put on
and,
you.
and
But for
bit of
me,
autism.
focusing on something that keeps my mind in tune instead of letting my mind go all over the place is
Yeah.
always a key thing in my life. I always saw things a little different than everybody else, I guess, when it comes to that. So if something seemed like a regular job, once I master that regular job, I don't even want to work there no more. I'm bored out of my mind. Art's infinite. It goes on forever. You can never stop learning about it. That's another reason why I've gravitated towards playing the trumpet and towards playing pool is because you can continuously learn for the rest of your life those things and you'll never get bored of it. And if you do get slightly bored sometimes, if you're like, oh, I feel like I did this yesterday, well, you go play pool. And if pool's getting a little boring, you're like, well, I'm going to go back to drawing. There it works hand in hand. It's perfect. And I think John really understands that too, to a high degree. But
Well,
Chastity,
Had you take breaks.
huh?
That's why had you take a break and go play pool.
Yeah, like sometimes John will say, "All right, time to take a break. Let's go play pool," or sometimes let's take a break from pool, and let's paint this mural. And because he sees that it's good for us mentally to take a break in order to get better, come back and revisit the project and have the inspiration and still have that same desire to make the ultimate project that you can make every single time. It's later I try.
welcome in.
Welcome. Thanks for coming.
This is
We're
my
glad you're here.
son, everyone. If you haven't noticed yet, this is my son, Brad, and I call her his wife, but she's his future wife. But they're,
Yep.
they might as well be married. So, Jan had a question. She said, yeah, it does break up the monotony. But she had two questions, and you answered one. When did you first start doing? Oh, well, you didn't answer when you first started doing your airbrushing, when you started to learn how to airbrush. How old were you?
Well, I would guess I was about 13, 14, 15, somewhere in there, 14 probably, when I started getting into airbrushing. I was already drawing a lot of comic book stuff, and I noticed the colors on the comic books, and my favorite fantasy artists were coloring like incredible stuff. And I noticed how smooth they're painting everything. So I thought, okay, I can do that. All I got to do is add color to my black and white drawings and do it in a translucent fashion. So I could paint anything black and white, add some translucent colors over top of it with the airbrush and mask things off and make certain that it's crisp and clean, as well as have the soft strokes basically in it and harsh lines and the contrast of everything. But so the ultimate answer to that question is about 14 years old is when I really got into the airbrushing, and it also helps answer the first question about how did I, my drawing career. I was drawing comic book stuff at 14, 15, 16 years old, and I just needed to improve on that. And I was really striving to be a comic book artist. That never happened, but I did get a lot of basically forum letters. Is that what you would call them?
Yeah.
From Marvel, DC, Image Comics, and other places too, other comic book companies that I had applied to. So that's a little bit about
Hey,
me so far.
tell them about how you decided to take a trip up to a comic book convention so you could meet your favorite comic book artist at this convention up in Chicago and told me you were staying in a hotel. And how
Well,
old?
that's pretty much the story. So let's see. Was it me and Mike or me and Kevin that went up there? I'm pretty sure it was me and Mike.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
And how old were you?
18 years old, 17 years old, or something like that.
17. You weren't even
Bar-
18 yet.
yeah, barely driving for a half a year, and decided to leave from Redcliffe, Kentucky, all the way up to the Chicago Comic Con to go see one of my favorite comic book artists, Todd McFarlane, and hopefully get his signature and maybe hopefully get on with Image Comics. It was a big time thing back then to try to be into the comic book industry because the comic book artists were making a fortune in the 90s. You know, they're not now though because AI and digital stuff has taken over for the most part. Only the strongest survived in that field. So there's fewer comic book artists, but they're still doing decent, but their income went down a lot. Uh, so I kind of stopped that path. But as far as the Comic Con, it was fun. And also, when we had to stay the night in Chicago, and we really didn't have the money for a hotel, so we decided to sleep in the car with the BB guns and had them ready in case anybody were to try to break in our car. We're in the park, and it was in a dangerous area. When we went to the gas station, let's put it this way. The attendant runs behind as fast as they can behind a glass window or a bulletproof window. Basically, it was really thick, so it probably was bulletproof, I'm guessing, but they knew it was no joke. So
And of course, they told Mom a whole different story when they did this.
yeah, but it was worth the trip and a great adventure, a great story, and I'll never forget it. Other than that, I'm still having a hard time. I'm pretty sure it was Mike that went with me. Is Mike on here?
Yeah, he was just little.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, Jan wanted to know what, yeah, they did lose out, Jan. But Jan wanted to know when
Thank you.
Chasity first found out about her creative side.
It's probably when I started helping Brad out.
When you started helping Brad out?
Yeah, that's the first time I really got into trying to help him do anything like that or trying to even do anything.
Now she has other creative sides too. Like she likes to cook and she cooks really well actually.
Yeah, I love to cook.
And the other thing is she went to school for being a hairdresser. I'd like to hopefully one day help her open up a a salon, hair salon.
Yeah, I'd like to go back to maybe nail school and open hair and nail salon. Be nail tech.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so tell us a little bit about the portrait behind you.
Which one? There's a lot.
15.
There's 15 portraits up here so far. Okay. So I'll tell you about the whole entire thing. Okay. So I'm gonna pan to the left, which might be your guys' right, depending. So we'll just start over there. Over here we have Orion. Let's see if can you guys see him clearly? Orion's helped out an awful lot on this farm, and even though I vowed not to have any nieces and nephews in this part of the mural, because this is mostly supposed to be like the upper generation, you know, for the most part, and the generation before that. But Orion, you know, he's helped out so much, and I wanted to make certain that I put him on there. Although he's not sitting as high as though it's a work in progress. So anybody whose face is not on here, trust me, your face is eventually going to be on here. It's hard to fit 15 people on a wall. But Orion was here, and I needed to fill that spot real quick. And he's
maybe he's pinching, Jan.
He's done a great job. And yeah, Jan, there's a spot for you on here too.
Look, you and Kevin. Look at that. There you go, Jan. You'll be immortalized in Linda's pool.
Everybody gets a spot one day. But Orion's done a lot of dirty work on this farm, so I wanted to definitely put him on here, and I'm pretty proud of him. He did all the jobs that I definitely didn't want to do. If you told him to
Like
crawl under
look
the
at
house
the
with,
barn, like 50 million pounds of sheep poop, and yeah, he's done a lot of jobs like that. Yeah.
totally, I mean, if you said, "Hey, Brad, you want to get underneath the house and fix something," I'd probably tell you no, because I don't like spiders. I don't like brown recluses. I'm terrified of them. Thanks to working in this garage, I'm super terrified of them. They're all gone now, trust me, because we worked really hard at that. But when it comes to spiders, no, no go, not happening. So probably be like, "Hey, why don't you just call Ryan and get him to come do it?" That's how that would work probably. And you know what? He would do it and not even think twice about it. He might get bit, he might not. I don't know, but probably. All right. So moving
But
on.
we love Orion. The point is, he's family. He's always there for us. We just love him to pieces.
Yeah, I agree. And then there's Trenton and Fallon back in the background. Let me light them up a little bit better for you. Does that help?
Yeah, I mean, you can see him just at the angle. It's fine.
Okay. So Trenton right there, Fallon right there. And they're great people too. I love them to pieces. We had a fun time when they visited last. How long has it been now?
Couple weeks.
Couple
3
weeks.
weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, and we had a good time with them, roasting marshmallows and cooking hot dogs. And
And they're family. So
yeah,
for those of you that
they're
don't
family.
know,
They're family too.
they're
He's a
family.
brother from another
That's
mother.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's a brother from another mother, and she's a sister from another mister. But and their kids are great too. And one day their kids are going to be on this wall, as well
Yeah.
as Mike. There's Mike and Christy next. Mike, Christy. So basically, Mike, he's done a lot of work out here too, and my brother that I grew up with, and Christy, I've known her for quite a while since Mike's been with her, and also Christy she has a brother that's a friend of mine that I was friends with in high school, which was really cool. And but
Richie.
yeah, Richie. And the whole thing is though about their portrait and all these portraits. There's some cool thing that I can add to in the future on it. And I want you guys to kind of think a bit about it like this. It's kind of like the Mount Rushmore / Grand Canyon portrait type of engraving type of thing. And there's a whole lot I can do with that. If I wanted to, I could put, say, for instance, on Mike, I could put Jenna, Mike's daughter, playing soccer on his chest, on his arm, or whatever, kicking the ball downhill. But I don't know where I'm pointing, but I could add that. I could add little Mikey playing the trumpet, or on doing some karate up on yoga or whatever he does.
Taekwondo.
Yeah, taekwondo, and I could add Reese. I could do a whole lot of different things.
Gardening or
Yeah,
taking care of the
I've got a
chickens.
special spot. It's gonna come at the right time for everybody though, on where they're gonna be placed, I guess, on this whole thing. Then there's me and Chasity. You already know our story. We just told you. And how long we been together now?
4 years.
Jan
About
said
4
that's
years.
exactly what she thought when she saw the picture, Brad,
No, 4 years.
Yeah,
that you were going to be able to do that.
yeah. We
Yeah.
can do a lot of stuff with that, huh, Jan? And
Hi, Danny. How are you?
how's it going? Glad you're here. Thanks for coming.
That's
So,
Dad. Dad's here.
oh, hey, Dad.
Bianca's
Hey,
here
Dad.
too.
So, like, if I can do engravings on the walls or make it look like that at least, and so if I'm ever gone, somebody's gonna have to write my date of birth and all that on there, right below somewhere on my chest or something. But somebody will be able to do it. I can put Fleolani up there. She's an artist. My daughter, she could be painting me. Our other kids can be on here too. I don't know what would Leah be doing. She's an artist too, so she'd be painting
Yeah.
on painting our picture, which would be pretty neat. You could add color into it. You could add water into the canyon. You could. My brain goes forever thinking about these things. So let's see. That's my friend John right here. He's a great guy, and he yeah.
He's the other artist.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him over here for a second so he can kind of explain some of the theory on a little bit about him and about his life as an artist also.
And then we'll show him his work.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually give him my seat for a second, okay? Oh, you got a seat? All right, come on over here, bud.
Hi, John. How are you?
What's up, everybody?
Jan said she
Shoot in
loved
as close
meeting
as you
you,
can.
John.
How's this?
Is that good?
See, it's just like the portrait up there. The portrait.
Oh Lord.
I know. See. How funny. Anyway, so go ahead, finish. I
What
wasn't.
do you want to say?
Well, let him know a little bit about when you started art and how it all started for you.
I started doing art when I was in school, probably around third grade.
Go figure,
I
right?
spent more time drawing and coloring, and I like to draw things and copy things. And I learned by copying, and then learning that way. And then I progressed, trying to do things for my own imagination. So it took a while for me to learn to draw things from my imagination, and that's where I do better. I do collabs of stuff together to make things pop. You'll see in my murals. I just can't do a simple picture. I got to add stuff to it, hide stuff in it, change it, make it my own.
Awesome, awesome.
I
And
did
you've done
home
a really awesome job too.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
get to see it.
thank you.
Yeah, you have. You've done incredible.
And I try to think about what they like, what they talk about, and I use that inspiration to put something in the artwork that is close to them. All right, so that makes it their, something they relate to.
And not only are these guys artists and Chasity, they did all the drywall, all the insulation, all the Chasity cleaned up stuff that
Chasity was the glue.
mouse poop.
She did
and
all the
kid
hard
poop
work for us.
Yeah, she's definitely the glue girl.
Brad calls her the glue girl because she really is the glue.
It wasn't an easy job for sure.
No, we're fortunate that John's a master at the drywall, and like he's incredibly great at it. It doesn't matter whatever he wants to be good at. That's John for you.
I'm good at things with my hands and my imagination, but if you try to get me to do some literature or try to work with people, I'm not so great at. But I tried.
Sound familiar, everybody? We get bored if it's not our subject, basically, and and like.
Hi, Ann. Welcome.
Brad enjoys being able to sit and have an actual conversation about art that somebody else can relay back and forth to him too.
Yeah, 100%. If I bounce an idea off of John, it's like bouncing it off of another me, which is really weird. It's pretty cool though. I appreciate it because it's not. A lot of people are pretty creative, but just the way my brain works and the way his works, the ideas, we'll see the same thing. It's like maybe what do you call it? A parallel universe asking, hey.
Our styles are pretty close.
Yeah, it's like we might as well have been raised together. He's got all the same stories as far as
Jan said she's going to need John to visit. We have some repairs to be done. I'll provide some room and board. And food.
I'm not trying to give up on that.
Let me tell you something. Having artists do your drywall it may take a little longer because they're such perfectionists. And they approach the drywall more like it's a canvas. Okay, the mudding, the taping and the mudding, more like the drywall is the canvas and the tape and the mud are their media that they're using. You know, I mean, it just is hilarious because they're so picky, and you will not have a single screw dent. You will not have a single tape line. I can guarantee whoever, you know, these guys, they put drywall people to shame because they're so picky.
I wouldn't say that I'm a professional. I just try to do the best I can.
Well,
Me and Mom got yelled at a couple times trying to help out.
I
I still
want
have
to
room to learn.
slap the drywall on the mud on the screws and call it good.
I have to ask myself, do I want to paint on that? You know, do I really want to paint that? No. If I can't get past it mentally, then I've got to fix it somehow or another.
Yeah, if you've got texture problems on the drywall, it will show up in Airbrush, so it has to be smooth.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Makes sense, Jan. Yeah, you don't want to see Richard's man cave from where Richard and I did the drywall. It's pretty bad. Yeah, it was frustrating. I was like, ugh. Yeah. But
Well, Chasity was good with the mud because she likes to cook, and basically drywall's cake and mud is the icing.
Yeah, she
So
did
she
that.
did pretty good.
Cassie is really good at the mudding.
Yeah.
So these
Yeah,
guys
she
are
was really good at that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm so appreciative. I mean, it's been so nice because it was like just getting to sit back and have somebody else do something special for me, and that meant so much to me. I don't even know if you guys realize how much that meant to me, but it meant so much to me that I could sit and watch. Now, of course, I have to get in on the finishing. Once the drywall's done and the room, was painted and the floor's done, then it's Mom's turn to get in and do her thing. So, that's how I am, because I needed it to be the way I need it to be, the way I like to work and the way I like it to look. So, but I'm so grateful for that, because I honestly thought I'd never in my lifetime ever get to have a shop like this. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. And those of you that know me know I like to build stuff. And I'm getting too old to build houses. It takes a little out of me to have to bend over and cut lumber all the time. So I need a nice big table that I can build things on a table and stand there, and so I'm really excited. Thank you, Jan. She said, y'all rocked it on the shop. So proud of each of you. And I know the joy it's brought your mom. And she's so right. Yeah. It's just, I'm trying not to. You shouldn't say that. She said, don't cry, Linda. I'm trying not to. But if only you guys knew how excited I am. This is literally like a dream come true for me, and I never really expressed it a lot, but deep down inside, it's always been there for many years. And in fact, our son Kevin, that's behind Chasity, I used to talk to him about it, and he'd say, wouldn't it be cool to have a neat wood shop in the garage? We could have a wood shop and a mechanic shop in the shop, so Dad got his mechanic shop and Mom got her wood shop. And so I'm really
That's
touched.
awesome.
I'm trying not to cry. Anyway, so it means a whole lot to me. I just want you to know that. But let's move on with the portrait. It's not about me.
All right. Well, you did an excellent job on your side too. It looks like a work of art, and your vision. I mean, it takes a vision and it takes passion in order to make that vision a reality. So I was very proud of you, and you did it. And we're proud of you. Really proud of you.
Yep.
Hard
And the
work.
trim looks good, and the benches look good.
Everything looks great.
Everybody that helped out did such a great job, and just awesome. So
Well, this is the hardest portrait on the whole entire mural for me to paint was my brother Kevin. I still remember the day that I had to rush from Utica. I was painting in Utica for a carnival, some carousel horses, and mom had called and said, "Brad, you need to hurry up and get here." And I'm like, "Oh no, what's going on?" She said, "It's Kevin." And I called Chasity. And I'm like, and I go straight from Utica to Litchfield, and my heart was racing a million miles per hour. And I called Chasity just to let her know what's going on. And I tried my best to rush up here, because I didn't want nothing to happen to him. And my heart was racing. I was driving that fast too, but I kept Chastity on the phone to keep me calm. And mentally, I probably wouldn't have made it up here if I didn't call Chastity, because
Yeah, he was
yeah,
pretty
it was
upset.
too much for me. And but when I got the bad news, and it's, you can look at it as bad news, or you can look at it as good news too, because it's also good news. He's in heaven. And you know, for me, on my next painting, it took forever just to draw a single line. I remember spending like 45 minutes on the simplest line, and I've been doing these lines all my life, lines and whatever I can paint, but just a simple line. It wasn't even that long. It was probably from Chastity's elbow to my ear, and it took like 45 minutes to make it nice and smooth and perfect, and I couldn't move forward from there very quickly. So, but building myself back up into it, I was able to, and I kept having to tell myself, "Hey, look, Kevin don't want me to quit painting. Kevin wants me to continue on, continuously move forward, and never quit." Yeah, he's shining down on me now, saying, "You got this, bro," and let me know that he loves me, and he shows me signs of it all the time. He's here with us, and even though I painted him on the wall, he's always here with us. He's present, uh, through God
and
and through the Spirit.
and he was an airbrush artist too.
Yeah, he was an artist also. To have him here in the physical form would be amazing, so he could enjoy this. I know he'd love playing pool. He would love to play pool with me and John and Chastity, and I know he would have joined in on this project completely and enjoyed every bit of it. And I also know he wanted to collaborate some more, before that all happened. And I never had the time to get up here. Either finances or circumstances beyond my control would stop me from or prevent me from being able to travel. Uh, so painting Kevin was not easy. It was not easy. That took a long time, and it brought me right back to where I was. I was like, wow, but I also remember he's with me. He's with me.
Yeah.
And then I got through that. So painting Kevin, that means an awful lot to me that he's on here, and he's oh man, I miss him. But Chastity knows I miss him. I miss him bad. And but we're all no strangers to lost loved ones, and that's just a part of life, and we have to learn how to deal with it, each of us in our own way. And that was a big part of this part as far as this mural goes. This mural is it's about the circle of life, and it's kind of funny I say that because it's in a circle in a sort of sense, even though it's a box, it's a square box, but it's very circular. It has a very 3D effect to it. It moves around as we move around, and you get a different viewpoint no matter where you go on this mural. I started it off as sort of like the Grand Canyon. When we were little kids, we skip a rock. Okay. Sometimes you get stuck between a hard spot and a rock. and sometimes you're living on a rock. Well, we are living on a rock, but then there's part of life where we're all going to be buried, and there's going to be a rock over our grave. So life's all about that rock, you know. Hopefully, soon Chastity and I will be married. I hope that happens soon because that's another rock. A man has to prepare for a given his woman a rock.
Yeah, diamond.
A diamond rock.
Diamond on it. Well, that's a rock, right?
Yeah, yep. And
Oh, I'll be right back.
Never mind.
and then so now that with all that being said, is there anything else you would like to add to it, babe? What's my favorite color?
What's your favorite color?
Yeah,
Blue.
she's right. Mine's pink. Since we haven't had a chance, I mean hers is pink. Since we haven't had a chance to do your other lives. Here's that part.
You're talking about for the new, not so newlywed game.
Yeah.
But when we get back to that, you guys will be on there, okay?
Oh boy.
Hang on. Is she leaving?
No, not yet. No, we got a little bit of.
Yeah, and then you still got to show yours.
Yeah, we're gonna show you the artwork, and well, I'm gonna actually let John explain.
Okay.
So
And then
this
you'll
part
go
is a
back.
family.
Finish that wall.
Huh?
So
You
here's
got- Yeah, finish yours real quick.
so the family tree. You know, we got Jason and Jessica and Travis is down there, and we lost Travis a while back, and but he's always here in spirit, and we miss him.
Yes, it is, Ann. Yeah, we do miss him.
Miss him bad. Um, we got Bianca. We got Mom.
That's me.
And now, as far as Mom goes, when I painted her picture up there at first, she's like, "But what about my eyes?" And I'm like, "Mom, you have to let me finish the process." But I'm not completely done yet, though, so it's not 100% on Mom, Bianca, and Travis, and Dad are not completely done yet, but they're getting there. So as you live this life on the rock, and we all die on this rock, eventually we're gonna get to heaven if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And I'm gonna let John explain that part because there's a transition in this mural, and it's meant to be that way. So hold on a second. I'm gonna take this off of this little clip so we can give you a little bit more of a view. Go ahead, John. You just got that little picture to work with.
All right.
And
So,
you can show how the rest of the mural works out.
okay.
You're
All
gonna
right.
have to flip it like this towards you.
Do it.
So you'll have to stand up and go like this.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I understand. I guess what I'm going to show you is my side. I kind of collab with Brad on the meaning behind his mural and their beliefs and faith and stuff like that. So I mixed a little bit of my ideas to create something that goes with the theme. So I'll show you.
Okay, that's right, Ann.
Oh, that's Phil. Okay. All right, here we go. Can you see it? I can't tell. So there's Brad's murals. And it transitions to Jesus. And, Jesus he's the element. He's like, that's why he's just two toned. And he comes back as a lion. The Holy Spirit's still here. And the lamb represents his first coming when he was born here. So you got the lion, the dove, and the lamb. That represents God's Jesus. So it goes from the Jesus to the parting of the waves.
Can you
Am I
hold
doing
it
this
down?
right?
Yeah, point it down. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. All right. So those are. I'll let you say, Brad, because I get names wrong.
So that's Travis, Kevin, and Melissa.
That's the baby, the brother, and
Those
Yeah,
are our
the-
children we lost.
yeah, the
Okay.
children, the ones they lost. So that represents
Lost loved ones.
lost loved ones going to heaven. You know, it's parting of the seas, part of the Bible, and the cross, which is the sun flare. So it transitions from there to over here. Am I doing this all right? I can't see what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
you're fine.
All right, it goes down to this.
No,
And this is, I can't tell.
Noah's Ark.
All right, here we go. Anyway, let me go back for it.
There you go.
Okay, it's Noah's Ark. There's the Bible. And then you got the rainbow, which is the promise that God's not going to destroy the earth with fire or with water, but he's going to destroy it with fire. Then you got the word of God, which is the Bible. And it's not complete yet. It's going to have footsteps. You know, everyone knows
And there's a waterfall.
yeah, and there's a waterfall. Let me get close to that. Can you all see it? Waterfall in the book.
And it falls onto the sand where he's going to put footsteps.
Yeah, the bottom part is sand. So the footsteps are going there. And that's the tour of that. And it's not all the way done yet, so.
And tell them about the challenge of the 3D factor.
Oh yeah, this is the challenge of 3D factor. So the ship is in the middle of a corner. So when you turn it this way, it looks this way. Then when you go this way, it totally changes. But when you get a straight on view, it looks like it's coming at you, but it's actually further away, and that's weird. It's got the 3D effect going on to it.
That's really neat. Jan said, good job, John.
Thank you. That was hard. That book was really hard to do. But I'm going to give it back to Brad, and I'll let him finish this out, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh,
Thank you, John.
yeah, and I know it's just so neat, isn't it? I mean, what a wonderful place to just hang out, isn't it? Yeah.
So it's going to be really neat playing pool in here. Pool, like I said, it's another art form for me, but the way my brain works, it's really difficult and challenging because I have to with it as an artist, you usually work in quiet spaces and you drew and painted all your life in your room by yourself with without too many distractions. Well, with pool, you don't have that choice. How do you say it, John?
What's that?
You told me this before. You're like, look, you can't control your environment in here, so you might as well just get used to it, type of
You
thing.
have to master your environment. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to. If you can't master your environment, you gotta change your environment.
Yeah.
If you don't have the power to change the environment, you probably need to stay away from that place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So like this room also will give me. It'll feel like I've got a good crowd that I'm happy to be around when there's a pool table in here, and and then Jesus is looking over me. I can't. That's how
How do
cool
you,
is
you
that?
can't go wrong, can you? I'm so
Yeah.
proud of my kids. I just love my kids. I am so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Hi,
much.
everybody. Peace and prosper.
So awesome. I'm just keeping track of the time because I have it set on large screen, so I can't see the time on my computer. But yeah,
Did you show them what you did on that side?
I showed them. I don't know if they knew. I mean, but I showed them the like what.
Like, just show them all the little details that you had to do in order to get that look.
Oh well, these were old beat up cabinets. I'm talking about cabinets from the 40s, except for this one. This one was that cabinet is a new cabinet, but they're different sizes, different shapes, but they're like from the 40s. I mean, they're really that old. Some of them, this one over here was ancient, and you can tell this one's really old. They all had wooden planks in there for shelves and stuff. So I just had to make sure that I meticulously and I figured out ways to level them for one thing, and figured out how, trying to connect them together and make them look like they were one unit. There's still some size differences, but on the bottom, not on the top. But yeah, and a lot of caulking, a lot of trim and stuff. I still need to paint the miter saw station, and but I just took my time and made sure it looks the way I want it to look. So that's how I do
Yeah,
things.
she spent a lot of time on it.
Yeah, I do. But
Any questions or any comments for any of us? Chastity, me, or John, or you?
Anne said, put the family Bible in that room. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, Jan said 10 minutes, Linda. I have 10 minutes. So, oh, I can see the time. I'm good. Anne said, thank you all. I mean, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this, and I hope you get a better view of me, of my family, and kind of what we're about. You know, we don't share a lot of it, but we are true believers in, you know, God the Almighty, and we love him, and you know, we appreciate all that he's blessed us with every single day. We give him all the glory, and we couldn't do any of this. Brad couldn't do any of that painting. John couldn't do any of that painting. I couldn't do any of this work if it wasn't for Chastity. Couldn't do any of her work that she does. And Chastity's a workhorse. I'm going to tell you. None of us could if it wasn't for the grace of God, because he lets us wake up every morning and he gives us the strength to do so. And so, you know, I'm grateful for that. And I'm so grateful for my children. And I'm grateful for the opportunity that I had to meet John and have him come into our lives. And Chastity, you're just like my daughter. So, you know, that was pretty simple, because I just love y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm proud of everybody, and I love you guys. And
and I'm locking up for some reason. You kind of locked up. You must have lost your signal.
I think the storm
It's been
outside.
raining really
I was
hard
saying is basically
today.
really tough to be surrounded.
We have this constant rain. So that being said, since they're locking up, you guys can just say goodbye. And I want to thank everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. We're glad you're here.
Yeah. And I will see you next
And
week.
thank you, Linda,
And
for your good
I hope
cooking.
you'll join us again next week, because who knows, maybe I'll be building something in here. Okay. But you just never know what we're going to do. I try to keep it interesting. We may do the not so newlywed game, but we'll see what happens.
Thank you, everybody. We're glad you came out tonight. And
Oh, Anne, thank you. I will.
say
We'll be doing
goodbye.
some more
And
videos from here. Trust me, there are going to be a lot of videos coming out of
God
these
bless.
2 rooms. And we're going to be having Thanksgiving dinner out there in the pool hall. So anyway, you all have a wonderful day, blessed day, and thank you so much for coming in. And I'll see you next week. Thank you, Brad, Chastity, and John. Bye.
We had a dream many years ago to live life away from it all, to have some sheep, maybe a cow or two, with cats and dogs and goats and an occasional moon. Well, with our love for God, we can't go wrong. Our love can only continue to grow strong. Doesn't matter the difficult roads, it's true. For we have each other, and love will carry us through. We came from another time, a time when dreams were bold. Another time when values took hold. You couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we fared to do.
Say hi. Hi. Wait.
We came from another time, a time when dreams were bold. Another time when values took hold. You couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we fared.
I'm glad.
Came from another time, a time when dreams were bold. Another time when values took hold. You couldn't give up hope, for it was always there. Another time we fared.
Put the pod in the tent with me and the kids. And the feed. I'm at it again.